Hey everybody, David here at Untitled Vinyl, here to do a video for my good friend Mike at GUITARPLAYER07. Congratulations to you, Mike, on hitting 300 subscribers. Very much deserved. I've been watching your videos for a year now, or longer, and have really enjoyed getting to see you talk about your collection and how much joy it brings to you talk about your collection, especially when you're talking about your grandfather's records and your uncle's records. That's just a nice thing to have. I don't have anything from my dad or mom. Well, I have a few records. Jimmy Buffett and I think some Jackson Brown, maybe, and Bob Seger. Stuff I don't listen to very often at all. But I mean, I guess it's keepsakes, right? But anyways, congrats to you, Mike. It's been good getting to know you. Mike and I are friends outside of the VCU. I mean, we text back and forth. I try to catch him every time he goes live on Instagram. Just really have enjoyed getting to know Mike and building a friendship there. So Mike's got 3 questions he wants us to answer. First question is, what is an album in your collection that you listen to most frequently? I'm gonna go with Pearl Jam, Unplugged. This is one that I picked up back in November on Black Friday, Record Store Day. I really enjoyed this album quite a bit. I can remember watching it in 1992 when it first aired, and I'm just happy to have it on vinyl. My favorite track off this album is Oceans, which is the lead-off track. Eddie talks about how he wrote this song essentially about surfing. But this is very well done. This is one of 5 unplugged albums I have in my collection. I have this one along with Eric Clapton Unplugged, Alice in Chains, Nirvana, and I've got an unofficial copy of STP Unplugged. So Pearl Jam Unplugged is one I listen to quite often. The next question was to share some of the earliest albums that you added to your collection. I'm going to share 4. The first 2 are used albums that I purchased very early on. So I started collecting vinyl in 2015, and I had a cheap record player. I don't even remember the brand of it, but it had like built-in speakers, and these were some of the first 2 that I purchased at Pop's Resale in Lexington, Kentucky. We have the Beatles, Hey Jude. If nothing else, I bought this for the cover. This is one of my favorite pictures of the Beatles. John wearing Yoko's clothes. And then secondly, Eric Clapton, Just One Night. Eric Clapton and the Beatles are 2 of my favorite bands and artists. I've said it before in my past videos, but Eric Clapton is what really got me into playing guitar seriously. I was wearing an Eric Clapton t-shirt at school when I met my good friend Matt, and he turned me on to the Beatles. So these kind of go hand in hand. One of the first albums I purchased that was new is the Foo Fighters' Sonic Highways. I really enjoyed this HBO special. Crack. Dave Grohl and the band visited 8 different cities in the US and recorded a song in each city. There were guest appearances from the likes of Rick Nielsen of Cheap Trick, Gary Clark Jr., Zach Brown, Joe Walsh. You had the New Orleans band that appears on one of the tracks. Just a great album from the Foo Fighters. I know they get kind of panned for some of their later releases, but this album, along with Wasting Light, are two solid albums in my opinion. I'm not the biggest fan of Concrete and Gold, but there are a few songs on it that I do like on that one. And the last one I'm going to show is one that I purchased new, but it was a reissue, and that is Pink Floyd, Wish You Were Here. I'm not going to take it out of this shrink or whatever, but as you can see, I bought it at Barnes & Noble's for 40 bucks. I just have always been a fan of this album. Probably my favorite Pink Floyd album in their catalog. Just from the opening tracks of Shine On You Crazy Diamond into Welcome to the Machine and Have a Cigar, the title track Wish You Were Here, just a flawless album in my opinion, and just one I had to have in my collection. Alright, the third question that Mike wanted us to answer was tell a funny or interesting story about your collecting. As I said earlier, I started collecting vinyl back in 2015. My friend Matt had been hounding me for years to start collecting vinyl. I just kind of just brushed it off as, you know, kind of a fad for him. But my wife and I and the kids moved into this house in 2015, and I had my own personal room, my man cave. And so I finally broke down and bought a cheap turntable. I think it wasn't a Crosley, but I think it was a Crosby. Anyways, it had built-in speakers. I listened to those albums, enjoyed it, decided I needed to upgrade. So from there, I bought a Techniques turntable off of eBay. I think I paid 70 bucks for it maybe. And I found some cheap bookshelf speakers at Goodwill. They were 12 bucks. They're Mission speakers. I still got them. They sound great. And I started getting into vinyl. There was Pop's Resale, was like 5 minutes from work. I usually get paid on Thursdays, so either Thursday or Friday, mostly Fridays, I will go down to Pop's on my lunch hour and kind of browse through the new arrivals, and then I just started picking up a couple here and there each week, and from there it all kind of spiraled out of control. I guess it was about a year after I purchased the Techniques that I eventually bought the Audio-Technica LP120 turntable. I've had it ever since. It's been a good turntable. It's a great entry-level turntable in my opinion. But yeah, I got bit by the bug and it bit me hard. So I've been collecting vinyl since 2015. I'm close to 1,000 records in my collection, and I've really enjoyed it. Then I discovered the VC about a year ago. I guess it was March of 2019. Beth at B-Sides invited me to join. I shot my first video. I think it may have been a video entry into her Colors of the Rainbow contest. And then from there, I just met some interesting folks. As I said earlier, Mike and I have kind of had some discussions out of the VC. We talk through Instagram. We chat back and forth through text messages. Beth and I have chatted back and forth through text messages. John at the digital gramophone, we've IM'd one another. Merrick and I keep in contact with one another at the Vinyl Truffle. So it's just been a great community, and I've never been more proud to be a member of the community than recently, when everyone pitched in to raise money for Steve Carlson. That was just very, very awesome of everyone in the VC. I know Steve was touched by it. It's just been great seeing everyone just kind of pitch in like a big family. It's awesome. I've really enjoyed the VC, meeting new people, seeing the different personalities. It's just been a great addition into my life. I know that. In fact, I watch more VC uploads than I do TV anymore. I just, nothing on TV intrigues me as much as seeing what you all have purchased and what you have to show, seeing thread responses. It's just a fantastic community to be a part of. Yeah, I'm rambling on now. So Mike, congratulations again to you on your 300 subscribers. I'm right behind you, buddy. So everyone be looking for a future contest announcement from me once I hit my 300 subscribers. And until next time, take care and thanks.